Angry guy here, and women are trying to continue scamming men as feminism fades. Women are trying to continue scamming men as feminism fades. That's the topic of the video today, and let's just jump right into it.
Let's become a self woman and tap into your feminine energy. From a biblical perspective, sis. Hey friend, welcome back to my channel. I was personally deceived for many years from many teachers and feminist women who were just telling me lies about what it truly meant to be in your feminine energy and being a feminine woman in general. It wasn't until I read the Bible that I truly understood God's purpose for our femininity and how we are to walk as godly women on earth. So today I'm going to share with you 7 traits of a soft godly woman according to the Bible. Trait number 1, she loves and fears God. Listen, without the love and fear for God, none of the rest of these traits are gonna make any sense to you. A woman who loves God is submissive to God and she wants to do whatever God's will is. And it's out of our love for God that we become godly women and we do what we are called to do by God. And the first woman that I want to talk about in the Bible is gonna be that Proverbs 31 woman. There's one specific verse I'm gonna share with you, but feel free to go and read the entire chapter to learn more about this Proverbs 31 woman. In verse 30 it says, "Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised." Now, a woman who fears the Lord is not a woman who is constantly scared of God, but this is someone who is humble enough to understand that she is beneath God and that God needs to be respected. She also understands that by having a relationship with God, we end up being more like Him, and that this relationship is the most important thing that she could ever have. I was reading this word in the Enduring Word Commentary app, and it says, "It is her fear of Yahweh that enables her to see that real greatness will come to her, not through self-centered aggressiveness and not through merely external beauty, but through godly devotion and the wholehearted commitment to God's creational intention for her." Now, a woman can be both beautiful and smart on her own, let's not deny that, but a woman who has God, she is so much different. She stands out even if she doesn't fit in. She is the
So,
light of the world. You can see her
so I apologize. It looks like it was breaking up a little bit. We're gonna jump back so that you can hear what she was saying.
center aggressiveness and not through merely external beauty, but through godly devotion and the wholehearted commitment to God's creational intention for her. Now, a woman can be both beautiful and smart on her own, let's not deny that, but a woman who has God, she is so much different. She stands out in the crowd even though she doesn't fit in. She is the light of the world. You can see her shining that light of Jesus to the world, and it all comes from inner beauty, which comes from the Holy Spirit. And all of that comes from having that intimate and private relationship with God and having so much love for Him that she's gonna strive to be more like Jesus every day and to do His will. The trait number 2 is that she is gentle and kind. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 32 says that we should be kind to one another and tender-hearted. And I think this goes hand in hand with being a self-woman. Now, when you think about being a self-woman, don't think about someone who is easily attacked and who allows others to walk all over her. This is not really a self-godly woman. A self-woman is someone who shows that love of God. A self-woman is someone that is gentle with her words, with the way that she walks, how she moves, how she speaks. She understands the power of her words and the power of the tongue. So she's careful with her words and the way that she speaks to others. She also uses those words to be kind to one another, to build each other up and encourage other women and other people in her life. I think about a soft, godly woman as a leader, someone who is there to do a little extra or a little more for others. She goes above and beyond for those around her because of her love for God. This makes her love others as well, and she shows this with her gentleness and her kindness towards others. As I was growing up, I wasn't really a soft woman, especially in high school. I was just reckless. I had a lot of guy friends, so the way that I spoke was not gentle or kind. Even though I've always considered myself, a good person and a good woman, I feel like I was always surrounded by people and guys who were constantly making jokes that were not very nice. And just my language and the words that I used to use towards others wasn't really proper or gentle or kind. This allowed other.
So, guys, this is very interesting. Let's just be clear that she's just out here trying to get her bag and she's trying to use Jesus to do it. If you notice, she doesn't talk about being submissive to her husband. She doesn't talk about even trying to not be trying to be agreeable or or even taking on a traditional role. She talks about kindness, but she doesn't talk about anything that's actually biblical in the sense that you're going to submit to your husband, you're going to take care of the home, you're going to nurture children. There's none of that in there. All right? All of this literally sounds like manipulation because that's what it is. All right? And you're trying to use Jesus to get the bag, to get that bag. All right? Because this is just listen to me. This is just about getting that money. She's just here trying to get her money. That's it. She's here trying to get her paper. All right? I mean, literally, she's putting soft girl with Jesus, and I told y'all to stay out of the church. And some of y'all come at me, you question me, you try to argue with me in the comments because you're determined that you're going into the church. You're determined that you're going to the church, and you try to argue with me about it. I told y'all, don't go to the church. You know you have no darn business in the church. You have no business in church. Y'all just going there for entertainment, community, and gossip. All right? And you know that already. You know Jesus is in there. All right? You know that's not his house. Okay? He hasn't been there a long time. Not in that devil's den. Okay? Church is not a place for saints. It's a place for sinners. And when I say you will find some sinners in there, all right? And the level of dishonesty. I've said this before. You go to a brothel, everybody knows why they're there. Okay? Everybody knows why they're there. Everybody knows what they're doing. It's a very honest place and it's very honest work because it's a straight honest transaction. All right? But in the church, everybody's there. They're all pretending like sister so and so. She's never had relations and really, really. Well, she's born again. Oh, so God restored everything. God restored it all. All right. So now she's born again, and everything's been washed away, and all the past relationships have been washed away, and she's been made brand new. Guys, these women they're out here trying to get their bag. She's out here trying to get her bag, and she's trying to use Jesus to do it. And Jesus is gonna guide her to that man who's gonna put that diamond ring on her finger, and it's gonna be the right amount of carats, because God is not gonna bring no broke boy to her. And that man that he brings, he's going to make sure she doesn't have to ever lift a finger again because she will have that maid, and that maid will come and clean that house. And it will and if anyone's going to be cooking, it will be a cook that they hire because she's not going to be about that life. All right. And everything that she needs is going to be provided to her, and it's through the man, not by the man. It's through the man, because that money isn't that man's money. That money is the Lord's money. All right, it's because of the Lord why that man has that money, and it's because of the Lord why she's now having access to that money. All right, so it's not his money; it's Jesus's money, and she's thanking Jesus for that, and she's putting up her hands and she's praising him because he is the one, he is the Almighty. All right, he is the Alpha, he is the Omega. There is no one above him. There is no one who could top him, and he's gonna bring her that millionaire. He's gonna bring her that multimillionaire. He's gonna get her bag, and she's gonna build herself up and set herself up, and she will never, ever, ever be broke again. All right? And that's the power of the Lord. That's the power of Jesus Christ. So don't let anyone tell you anything. And if someone says, well, born again, that don't really count, you don't tell me what counts. You don't tell me anything because only God can tell me what is. All right? You do not speak to me that way because Jesus came here and he washed everything away from the beginning to the end. He is the Alpha. He's the Omega. He is the chosen one. All right. And he chose me because he saw something in me. And now I am born again in his image because I was made in his image and I will live in his image. And it's because of him where I can now go and find that man, that 6'3" man, that handsome man that makes that million, 2 million, 3 million, $4 million a year, and that's only the start. Because God is gonna multiply that by 10 times. Because you don't know the power of the Lord, you know the power of Jesus. So don't speak to me. Because I know God and I know what God can do, and He won't bring no broke boy around me. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying these videos, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications so you never miss another video again. And like the video because it tells YouTube you like my content, you want to see more of it, so they'll show you more of it. Women are trying to continue scamming men as feminism fades. What do you guys think about this? And they're trying to use Jesus to do it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you think there's going to be some smiting going on. All right? Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.